Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Bak, and I welcome you to another class of learning how to make web application using Laravel and Laravel admin to be specific. In today's video, we're going to proceed from where we stopped at in the previous video, and we're going to do what? To use the project that we've been using to learn, and you can see I've already started the project. So if you're really new to this, series of programming, I recommend you to start from the first video of the playlist. But if you're already good with Laravel admin, no problem, you can still take it from here. So today we're going to follow again our documentation and proceed from how we stopped at the previous video. And today we're going to look at what? Let me see. We are here in the grid. We're going to look at quick creation, okay? Quick create, so that's what we're going to look at. No, I think, I think that's where we are. We're going to look at quick create and we see how we can make someone be able to create something on the same page without refreshing the whole page. So, I mean, without clicking on the new button. That's what we're going to do today. And then we'll proceed to the other topics. So I hope you're ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's get started straight to the business. So as you can see, I've already started my project, whereby I had to launch the project and run PHP artisan serve, and this is where the project is. So if I want to go where admin is, I just simply put stroke admin, and then I'll be able to go to Laravel admin. So I hope at this level you can reach up to here. I hope you can reach up to here. Now, we're going now to proceed from there. So we're going to make another controller. For what? We're going to make another controller for quick create. Okay. So let's go ahead and use the controller for building. Let us create just a fresh controller for building, and so we're going to demonstrate the quick create one. So we'll go ahead and get the building model, and then go to our important commands. Okay, and then go ahead and put there this. So I'm going to call it quick create. Okay, so that is it. So this is the control that we're going to make right now. So I hope you're together. So I'll copy the code, open the terminal, and I paste it. Remember, I have two terminals. One is for the serving, another one is for the commands. So I put there my command, I run it. That's the project. Okay, I mean that's the what? That is the, by the way. So as you can see, I have already created our controller. So I'll go ahead and copy this controller and then come to our routes, and I put it there in the routes. Okay, here. So I'll paste it there. Now after putting in the routes, I'll go ahead and rename this one so it can be different from the building route name. So I can call it quick create. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and copy that link, and then I'll come to our project here, to our project, and then come to our menu here, and then add that link here. Okay, so I'll paste this one here, and then come to the grid, sister under grid, I'll put it there, and then I can put maybe a relevant icon. Okay, put here a plus. This one. Okay, and then I can put the URL there, quick create. So I can call this one maybe quick create. So after doing that, I can rearrange. It is there on top. So if I refresh, I should be able to do what? I should be able to see my link there under grid and as quick create. So after doing that, so the next thing you're going to do is now to implement now the quick create logic. So the quick create logic is a place where I can create another record of that particular table without doing what? Without changing the screen. So to do that, we'll come into the documentation and try to follow. So there are the things that are available for quick create. So for quick create, you can be able to create something like text. You can be able to create email. You can be able to create IP, URL, a password, a mobile number, integer, even multiple select and time and date. But you cannot be able to deal with things like images. So if you have something that you want to maybe modify these things, you can do what? You can use the quick create. Okay, so to create quick create, of course, you attach it on the grid and then you put quick create, and then you receive this function of quick create, and then you, based on this create, to add on this variable that I've given you through this function, to add what you want to collect or that you want to access. So let's go ahead and do that. So you come to the grid, so come to our controller. Quick create, and then come to our grid here, and then add quick create like this. Okay, so inside here it takes a what? A grid of tools function, and then it gives you this function of what? Of create. So inside there you can add things that you want to collect, and as I've told you, these are the available things that you can add in a quick create. So you cannot put things like adding images, etc. You cannot do that. So you just simply put what you want to access, and then the variable, and then you put the value. I mean the parameters. Even selected is acceptable. So for example here, you want the building name, you just simply put the text and then you say name, and then you access it from there. And then what it will display, you put it there. For example, if you want to collect the photo, of course here the photo, you cannot accept the images. Let's say that you want to collect the details, you can simply put, I think text area is also, let's see if text area is allowed. Text area is not there. So you can put the what? You can put text area. I mean, you can put text like this, okay? So that are the things that are what? That are acceptable. However, you have more things that you can put, such as the date, such as the URL, the date and time, such as even select, the drop down of select. You can as well do what? You can as well attach it there. So if I come here and refresh, I'm expecting it to be on top here. So to create a quick action, you'll see the quick create icon will be here. So if you want to create something, you just simply click here, create, and then you'll see this record showing up here. So let's go ahead and make it clear. So you put this one, so someone can simply click on, let me say, they click here, create, quick create, and say click quick create. They'll be able to do what? To put there something. For example, here they can put the name. I can say maybe Kenya building, and then I put the what? The email. So here I'm collecting the email. I mean the details, supposed to be the details. I think I have to refresh. Let me refresh first. So I click on quick create. So I can be able to put here the name. And then I go ahead and put here some details. Like this. Okay, so once I do like that, I can go ahead and do it and create. So when I submit, you'll see it will just submit on the same page without refreshing the whole page. And if I come here to the last one, I'll be able to see my building that I've just submitted right now. So that is the quick create for you. You can put like the whole record, like even with the 10 fields, and someone can be able to put these things within what? Within inline. So it becomes very helpful when the records are too many and someone needs just to keep on adding records without refreshing the whole page or without coming this side of creating. So that's when it becomes really, really important and helpful. Like you can create something on the what? On the same page without refreshing. So that is quick create for you. So it has some things that it supports. Not everything is supported. So the thing that it supports these fields. I will have text input, email, the IP, the URL itself, the password, and the mobile phone number, and then the integer, the select, that is the drop down, and then the multiple select, that is the where someone can select multiple things, and then we have the date and time. You can also support the date and time, and then time select, and then the date. So if you have something that does not maybe require images, you can use that quick create to make things simpler for your users, okay, by just simply adding that quick create, this one here, and then you put the things that are accepted, and then the users will be able to do what? To create something on fly without refreshing the whole page. See, so I click on submit to go ahead and just submit, and then update the page, and then I proceed to another thing. So it makes life really simple. Okay, so that's how we do the quick create. Now, for example, you may see that you're not seeing what you're adding. You can, of course, go ahead and say you want it to be sorting by what? By ID descent. It should be sorting in descending order. So you just simply put here model and then put order by ID desk like this. Okay, so by doing like that, I can go ahead and just simply put, for example, here Africa, and then so when I submit, you'll see the last record will do what? Will come on top, okay, without refreshing the entire page. You see, yeah. So that's how you do that. So that is quick create for you. I hope you'll go ahead and try it out, so you can proceed to the next thing. Okay, so you can proceed to custom tools. So on the custom tool side, so Grid has a few things that it can add to us, for example, such as deleting and refreshing. So there are other things that you may need to write by your own. For example, like you want to write your own pop-up, you want to write maybe your own dialogue. So you can use these custom fields, custom tools to do what? To add those kind of operations. So I will not go there so much deep, but in your free time you can come and do it and try it out. So the custom tools is a place where you can have in something like a pop-up and the rest. So without wasting much time, let's go to the main topic of today, which is the permission, the user management permission, and then we'll come back to the what? To the widgets. All right. Sorry about that. So let's go to another thing. We're saying that we're going to look at widgets. I think the user permission roles, we can look at another later, but today let us look at widgets. Okay, so Laravel admin comes with different things that it provides you, such as widgets. So the widgets these are things that gives you like much more control on your what? On your system. For example, you can do something like a box. You can create your own custom form that is not of grid. You can you can put an alert, you can put an information box, etc. So we do that by use of what? By use of widgets. So I'm going to show you how you can make use of these use of these widgets. So the first thing we're going to practice from here at the home page, and I show you how you can modify this home page, okay, at this landing page. So this landing page is in controller called the home page, okay. So you can simply come here and press and find it here. See, this is where the controller is under your admin, and then you'll find here the home controller, the one that comes with what? The one that comes with Laravel admin. So this home controller, you can modify it in a way that you want, okay. So this home controller has the things that comes with. Let me see if here there is a different topic of controller. I don't know. Okay, see, refer to section of information on home controller. Okay, so here they are trying to explain here the home controller, and let's see if this home controller has. All right, don't worry, just take me to the code itself. Okay, so I've told you that you can find the home controller. It will always come with Laravel admin here. You can change it, you can create your own home controller, you can do anything that you want with the home controller. So this home controller, it has a few things that it comes with. For example, the title. So this title is what you're seeing here, okay, what you're seeing here. And then this title, it gives you a place where you can put the description, and the description is this thing that you're seeing here. And then it gives you the row where you can put there now your own data there, and you can attach like as many rows as you want on that particular on that particular content. So right now, let me show you. For example, if I go ahead and delete everything here, or if I comment it, I'll not be able to do what? I'll not be able to see anything on my on my landing page or my home page. Okay. So if I go ahead and say return content, so right now it will return content, but you know the content is what? Is really empty. There's nothing there, but the page is really empty. You see, the page is empty. Okay. Now that is how you create your own empty page. Let's say that you want a place where someone can have empty information. That's how you can create it. It can even be like another controller. You create this controller of this kind, and then you can add it in your routes, and then you'll have an empty page like that one. So let us say that now we want to add the title. So if you want to add the title, you just simply attach here. I think here there is header. So the header is what should be on top or in the on the screen here in the title. You see here Hotel Pro Stroke header. So that's how you set the header. So you can add there another thing. For example, you can add a title. So you see, so you see, so on top you can have like the header, and then here you can have the title itself. So after doing that, now the next thing you can add, for example, description. So I'm trying to show you the different areas that you have in Laravel and me that you can modify. You can have description. See, for example, welcome to Hotel Pan, like this. So where will the description go? The description will come here. Can you see? It will come here. So what else? Now we have the rows. You can add now the rows there. Okay. So these are just like bootstrap rows, whereby the content will be organized in form of rows and columns. So when you attach the row, it will expect you to also attach the columns that you want to display in that particular row. So to attach the row on the content, you just simply put like this and then add, for example, row. Okay, like this. Okay, so once you do that, go ahead and give you a function. I mean, you can receive a what? A function that can give you the what? The content of the row, or the content in that particular row, like this. So let me explain this. You see, here I have a row. So I say function and then I open. So I receive a row like this, and then I can add the columns on that row. So right now, if I do like this, I will not expect any data there. Okay, if I do like that, I will not expect any data. But I can start adding there some data. Okay, so to add the data you add it in form of what? In form of rows and columns. So if I want to add there, for example, my first column, I can just simply do like this. So I get the row itself, and then I attach and then say column. So column takes two things. The first thing it takes the size of that column. So how big do you want that size to be? So the maximum size is 12. So you can go ahead and divide by 12, and you see how many columns that you'll be needing. Okay. So and then the second thing it takes the function and the column, or the data of the column itself, and then you can add on this data. I mean, on this column, you can add some content there by simply saying append, and then you add there the content that you want. You get it, eh? So now, for example, if I want 100% of the column of this particular row, so I just simply say row and then say column and then say 12. So it means this one will give me 100% of the space. So I can go ahead and put and I add there the content on this column. Okay, so I just simply say append like this, and then here I put the content that I want to do what to display. Okay, so let's say that I want to put there my lorem ipsum. So if I come and refresh, you'll see the lorem ipsum is almost spanning the whole space. So if I come, maybe let me duplicate and make it 2. So you see, lorem ipsum is spanning from beginning up to the end. I hope you're seeing that. Now, what if I want to limit it? So I can just simply come here and reduce. So if I say 1, it will try to divide this by 12, so I can get the space of 1 to be really small. So this particular column, by divide by 12, it will get this particular space. So if I say 2, it will going to divide by 6, so I can get a space of 2. So there will be like 2 columns being merged like that. So if I want, for example, the 4 columns there, I can just simply say 3. So I mean, yes. So I can have that space of 3 columns inside there. I mean, the space of 4 columns inside there. So if I come and duplicate, for example, this one, like this 4 times, so you can add there like, so these are going to be what? These are going to be 4 columns on that particular screen. So if I go ahead and refresh, you'll see that I'll have, but sorry. I've duplicated the rows, I wanted to duplicate the column. This is a row. I append this. Yes, I have to duplicate from here. So I can duplicate the entire column, So if I refresh, you'll see I have 2 columns. They are well organized. So if I go ahead and duplicate into 4, you see I'll have 4 columns there, well organized. And the beauty is they are really responsive in a way that if I'm using the mobile phone and I check the system, you'll see that these columns, they are responsive, just like what? Just like Bootstrap. So if I go ahead and turn here to responsiveness, you'll see they will be turning. When it is like this, they turn to 1. It's like this, they turn back to 4. So they are really responsive. So that's how you add column, and I hope you've learned that. So you can add any column, you can make even multiple pages, or you can make this something like this and then create different pages for that. All right, now let's proceed. What we're going to look at basically right now, they are widgets. Let me refresh here. So the first widget we're going to look at is the box, okay? So the box is a widget that will provide you something like a box that you can be able to put your content inside there. So to add a box in your system, in your Laravel admin project, you just simply do like this, okay? And then you can be able to add a box, okay? So you create a box, is called new box, and then you put the content that you want to pass there. You begin with the title and then the content, and then you're able to do what? To achieve that, the box, okay? So let's look at this box, okay? Let's look at the box, okay? So to look at this box, what you're going to do, we're going to add it here in the first column. So I can go ahead and remove, okay, let me go ahead and create this first column like this. I just simply say box equals to box. So I import this box and make sure that you import the box of widget. If you don't import something from the widget, then it will not work. So you say box, and then you see it should be coming from widgets, say admin widgets, and then I press enter. So after this box, I can attach it to the column that we are trying to display here. So I can just simply say append, and I put there the box, okay? So if I do like this, let me even remove this one. If I do like this, of course, both of them are going to come. So if I come and refresh, you'll see that we have this kind of a box here, and this one is below it. So in appending means that you're attaching more things. So let me remove this one. So let us look at what's really meant by a box. Let me increase this one and make it 4 so you can have enough space. Let me even remove these things that I was using for examples, since you have already understood. So if I save, I come and refresh, you can see I have that. So that's what meant by what? That is what meant by a box. Okay? So a box literally takes a title and the content. Okay? So here you can put any kind of content that you want to add in. Here you can put any kind of content. So if I refresh, you can see everything is all right. Here you have the title. So you can creatively use this box to do anything that you want. So you can have, for example, here, 2 boxes like this. So you see that? That's beautiful. All right, let's proceed. So what else can you do? You can make this box removable. So if you make it removable, it means someone can be able to close it if someone doesn't need it. So you can just simply come here and on this box, you attach removable. Okay? So if you make it removable, someone will be able to do what? To remove it if they don't need it. You see? So it will come here and have this check of removing. So I can remove it if I don't want it. Okay, so another thing, you can make it collapsible. Collapsible, it means someone can minimize it. Okay? Collapsible, like that. You can add the style. So this style can be bootstrap what? Bootstrap styles. Bootstrap CSS, style. So for example, you can say it's info, that is kind of blue. So if I come and refresh here, you'll see it's having this blue tag here, and this is the expandable. You can expand, you can collapse, expandable. And this is the info. So if you change the style and say warning, of course you know what's going to happen. That's going to be yellow. These are the classes of Bootstrap context. Bootstrap contextual class CSS. I hope you know them. If you come and put danger, it will be red. I hope you can see that. So you can make it also solid. If you make it solid, it's going to be kind of colored. So I can as well come and say it is solid, like this. So if I make it solid, it will look like that, whereby I'll have the borders and then the title will be colored. Okay. So if I come and say maybe it is solid and warning and success, let's say success. So it's going to have the colored borders of green. So that's the different contexts that you can do it, that you can be able to add. You can collapse, you can expand, you can close it if you don't want it. And refresh, it will do it, it will come back. So I hope you get that. All right, so we can proceed. That is a box for you. That is a box. Then here are the things that you can attach to that box. All right. Now we go to the form. So the form is a way how you can create your own form without what? Without the grid form. Let's say that you want just a simple form to collect someone's basic information or simple information. So to do that, you want to put that form maybe on the home page, on the what. So to do that, you can create the form and put it anywhere that you want. For example, the form will support this possible what? This possible thing that you're seeing here, such as email, password, just like the way it was on Quick Create. Okay, so that's how the form can create. So to create a form, you just simply put a form. This is a form of widget, not the form of grid. So you can just simply come here and add a form. For example, let me use this second one to add a form, to attach a form. So you just simply say a form equals to new form, and this should be coming from widgets like this. Okay, just simply say like new form, and make sure this form is imported from here, from widget, not from grid or from anywhere. Make sure that this form is imported from here, something like that. Otherwise, if you import it from grid, then it will not work. So after doing that, you can go ahead and attach anything that you want to do. Okay, just like the way it was before. So you can put here, for example, let's say you want to make a simple task management system. So you can put here and put maybe text, and then say the first thing is the column. For example, you can say maybe the task name. Let's say that you want to make a simple task management system. You just simply put the first one, you put task name, and then here maybe you can put date time. You see, it can collect date as well. Date, I can say day, okay, to be done. Day to, okay, say let's put date time and see if it is a support. Date time, day, and then we append this form to our column like this. So if I save, I come and refresh, we should be able to get our simple form here. So you see this form is kind of hanging and not well having a background. Why? Because it is just a form. But the right way, it would be like you put this form inside a what? Inside a box. You get it, eh? You see this form is kind of plain and hanging, and does not have any background because it's just a form. So the right way is to put it in a what? In a box. Now you know how to create a box. So I can come here and create my box first. So, okay, sorry, I create the form first. Then after creating the form, I create a box. And then say equals to new box. And then I say maybe create new task. That should be the title of that box. And then inside that box, the content, I put the form inside. So the content. So here, instead of passing the form, I just pass the box itself. So the box, I know it will come with the background color. As you've seen, the box will come with a what? With a background color. So if I come and refresh, I should see something that is well designed like this. So if I make it, for example, solid, I can go ahead and make this box what? Solid. And make it maybe style, and make it maybe primary, like this. Save, come and refresh. You'll see everything is nice, everything looks much more decent. So now the question is, where does this form submit the data? Okay, so I can create my simple task from there. So the question is, where does this form submit the data? Because if I click on submit, literally this data is going nowhere. So if we need a place where we can simply create our tasks and then maybe display them somewhere, let us create that simple model. So I'll come to our important commands. Let's create a model. We're going to call it task. So say maybe task. That's a model. So you put -m if you want to create the migration at the same time. You see, that's something important. PHP artisan, make model, and then you put task, the name of the model, and then dash, and then the name, and M. So that M stands for migration. So in case you want to make migration at the same time. So let me run that. So you'll see the task has been created successfully. At the same time, migration has been created. So I can press Ctrl and click on this migration, and then the migration will be here. So here I can go ahead and put this task. Maybe it will have a text of what? Of name, and it can be nullable, and then a text of maybe a boolean, whether it's completed or not completed, and maybe date and time, due time. So I can put here date, time. Hey, is it date? Okay, let me keep it simple. Let's make it just a string, and then call it due date. Can make it nullable. Okay, something like that. So I'll go ahead and migrate this. All right, so we have the model and the table created there. So now we want that when this form submits, we should be able to get the data and maybe create a task and really create that task. Okay. Let's first create the controller for that. So to create a controller, come here, get this one, put it here. So I'll create a controller for tasks. I'll go ahead and copy the route and then come to my routes and add that controller there. Then I'll come to authentication and add there, and add it in the menu. All right, so should be able to have those tasks somewhere here. Okay, so now I want from this home form, we should be able to create a task from the home page. So the question is, how do you receive the data that has been submitted from the widget form? So they tell you that if you want to receive the data from the widget form, what you do, go on according to our timer. So in the next class, we'll start straight from there, how we can collect this data from this form and then be able to access it and maybe display it like from widget form. Then the next class, we'll have to take it from there and proceed to other widgets such as the info box, such as the tab component, such as the table itself, how you can display a table. So, and then we go to data forms, and if time will allow that time, we will proceed to what? We'll proceed to user role management. So that's it for today. In the next class, we'll start from there straight. I'm going to do this homework of saying how we can collect the data from what? From the form. All right, so that makes it for today, and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and always come back to learn things that we'll be posting. So see you in the next class, and goodbye.